It's been a while since we've done a live.
We haven't done a live in forever.
I can't even think when it was.
I feel like shooting stuff.
Yeah, I think. Oh, we did the medal head live.
Oh,
when my head was graded and it came back as a silver, and we had a look at that, and that was quite a long time ago now.
That must have been last year.
Yeah, or earlier this year. Since then, we've been out stalking quite a lot, haven't we? Which has been good. We've got into rabbit shooting.
We've got really into rabbit shooting. Never thought that would happen.
No, and that's been really good fun actually.
Yeah.
I've quite enjoyed that. And also we watched a YouTube video, didn't we? We looked at skinning, we've then been eating them, and it's been quite an interesting process because I think we've both eaten rabbit before.
But we've never processed
But we've never actually done it ourselves.
It's actually really easy.
Good. Yeah, really, really easy. And what else have we been up to?
Roebuck Rut.
Yes, we've got video. Both of us got video coming up on that to keep your eyes peeled because that should be out this week.
This Wednesday. Well, it's live now for members.
Oh, yeah. That's the most exciting.
If you're a member and you subscribe to either Celine's page or my page,
we should just add this is on YouTube because it's a long form video. Yes. It's not a reel. So our reels obviously go on lots of different places, but our long form goes onto our YouTube. And we have both just set up members areas. Well, you've had one for a little while.
Yeah. So if you're a member, you basically get early access to all the videos. Before everybody else.
So I think yours are live now.
Yeah.
Mine's live now. But
then it'll go live to everybody else.
If you're not a member, you'll see it sometime next week.
But yeah, we've been out quite a few times in the rut, haven't we?
Yeah, we did. And actually, we were really successful. That video that we did was all about shooting over the course of a weekend. We went out the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday. Mm-hmm. So it was quite a full-on one, but it was actually really enjoyable.
We had bags of deer.
Well, you'll find out if you watch the video. We did shoot stuff, I promise you. It's not a wasted video. It's
not
like
a
our part 1,
waffle.
part 2, part 3, part 4. By the way, we'll pop back to the rut in 2026. It's not one of them, I promise.
So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, that was really good. And then we're talking about going out tonight, aren't we? Going to go see some bunnies. But you also said that you've got a bit of a fox problem in an area.
Yeah, we've got quite a few foxes about lately. I say stupidly, I've been going out to do a bit of rabbiting and just kind of taking the 2-2, and then foxes are just appearing everywhere. So we're taking the 2-2-3 as well tonight.
And I've got my 1-7.
1-7, 2-2, 2-2-3. We are
all over it. So basically, we can shoot most things.
Yes,
if we get the opportunity. And we can hit them. It's not the scope's there. The opportunity could be there. And we might do a bit of a boogie beforehand.
Might do a little boogie. You never know. Everyone loves a boogie.
What else is going on? We were looking at, we were having a chat before we came live actually about collaborations, and we have got some new things coming up. You've got a collaboration with an existing brand, but something new coming out.
Yeah, so new product I've just been sent from Spartan Precision to try, which is very exciting. And actually, no pressure, but before we go out, I want to put another Spartan bipod on my 2-2 because I've got a Spartan on all my others by my 2-2.
Okay.
So that is a job. I've got to do that before we go out rabbiting because that'll make life easier.
I don't have a bipod.
Celine doesn't use bipods, which I
just
find
kind of
very
feel like
weird.
To be fair, I do like the Spartan bipod. I feel like I would use one if it was like that because it's got extenders, etc.
If I could shoot everything off of a bipod, I would. It doesn't always work out that way.
No.
You love shooting off sticks. I don't love
I
shooting
do,
off
but for rabbits, it's a bit of an awkward one and sometimes you need to get up and you're like, oh, I want to be down. And
actually, I've probably got a bag somewhere. We could take that and you could use a bag today.
Oh, see if I can get the hang of it. Yeah.
So yeah, what else? Oh, I've got a clothing brand that I am potentially collaborating with. Just waiting to receive the product, so that is, I'm not going to say anything yet, but it'll be a great winter product, let's just put it that way.
I was going to say, because it's coming at the right time. You are receiving them around October, which should be quite good, so it'll be interesting to see those come out with you.
I'm going to be toasty.
And I have got a couple of new products that are due to land with me somewhere around September, October for basically a bit of testing. So hopefully I'll get those videos out around October, November. Hoping to go out, well, hopefully we'll get to go out on a few more deer before then. Yeah, I'm sure we will. Yeah, there's quite a lot out there, to be fair.
There is a lot of deer. A lot of does about as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Doe season needs to hit into a few of those, I think.
Yeah, Yeah, we'll be on it. So if you've got any questions in the meantime, drop them down below or wherever you want to. And but I just thought I would do a little,
Nothing too technical, okay? No.
do a little quiz with you before we
A
go.
quiz?
Well, it's
Oh
not really a
my
quiz.
God.
It's a this or that.
As long as it doesn't require my brain too much, okay?
Well,
Let's
there's
save
no words like colloquially in it, so don't worry. Okay, are you ready? This or that?
Okay.
If you want to just go with it, and then maybe you'll have to explain some.
Oh God, okay.
Rifle or shotgun?
Rifle.
Really? Me
100%.
too. I'm not very good with a shotgun.
Neither am
I think I dither too much. Whereas rifle, you have a bit more time. I feel like with a shotgun, I'm like,
I used to shoot competition clays. I used to actually be pretty good with the shotgun, and then I did
didn't.
more. Then I did more rifles, and now I can't hit a flipping barn door with a shotgun.
Oh, I can't hit anything.
That's why people say, "Oh, would you like to?"
see there though, someone said, "Who is the better shot?"
Me. No. Sorry, I thought we were still doing this or that. Had to quick answer. I'd say even, but we both have our own.
You're better at rabbits.
Yeah.
I do.
You need a bigger target. No, I'm joking. I'd say you're a quicker shot than me.
Yes, that's probably true.
Which you've got really good at, because when we first started going out together, you were a little bit unsure.
My issue, it's not necessarily being unsure, it's so I have the same in driving. It's when I've got somebody that I don't know, I feel the pressure massively, and then I start overthinking because I'm like, oh my God, they're judging me. She's thinking, why are you doing that? And we had a couple of conversations where I'd be on sticks and then she'd go, everything okay? Oh my God, I can't do it now.
And then she'd freak out.
Why would you say that? What, am I going to kill someone? What's there? Why did you, what? And she's like, no, I was just checking. I was just being friendly, polite. And I'm like,
But now you're chill. You are a lot quicker shot. I not did that, but I overthink things a little bit too much sometimes.
yeah, you probably take your time a little bit more.
Yeah.
But then equally sometimes that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes the
Someone just
opportunity's
said, "What's your longest shot?"
I don't have a rangefinder. Well, that's a lie. There is a rangefinder on the Pix for Vorlands, but I don't use it because I'm hopeless.
If I'm honest, I don't like taking super long range shots. I'm not that not that I'm not that confident, but I just like to call stuff in closer, especially with deer. Again, no judgment, each their own. But for me, deer stalking is getting as close as you can to the deer. I'm not talking like 5 yards, but for me, shooting a deer at 400 yards isn't really deer stalking because the deer doesn't know you're there if you've got the right setup and you can get steady. So I would say foxing wise, I shoot a bit more longer distance. I probably shoot out to about 250 yards on foxes happily. I've just not tested. I mean, I could possibly shoot further, but I just try and squeak them in.
I think it's also interesting if you go away from the whole rifle thing and you go on to like pheasant shooting, etc. There's a point where you get those extreme high birds, and when it comes to those, I get it. If you're a really good shot, great. But actually, what I would be a bit more comfortable with something that was within my range. I feel like you kind of know what you're comfortable with, you know your range, and therefore with that, I think if you push you don't want to be pushing it where you're going to end up wounding something,
especially when it comes to
rifles.
Yourself. You know, generally with a shotgun, you can go for it, and the chances are you might.
Well, I don't know. Even with pheasants, if you've got a lot of pricked birds, it's just not very pleasant. It's a lot nicer if you shoot within your range and you're just comfortable and you're sensible about it.
Somebody said this is up here. Morning or evening?
Oh, you guys!
Oh, sorry. Okay, do you want to finish your list?
No, it's fine. Don't worry. You carry on.
Sorry, taking over her this one. Morning or evening stalk, Celine?
Oh well, that'll be evening.
That'll be evening. Me and Celine don't do mornings.
No. I definitely don't do mornings.
Celine more so than me. If I ever got Celine out for a morning stalk,
miracles would have happened.
Hell will freeze over before Celine goes for a morning stalk, generally.
Yeah, I'm not really one for the mornings. And I see somebody else said headshot or body shot. Does it say headshot, body shot? Yeah, headshot, body shot.
I prefer body shot, but I think it depends on the circumstances. I help with a bit of culling somewhere, and everything has to be headshot. The game dealers will only take it if it's headshot.
Yep.
So in that instance, I will head shoot, but I feel happier personally.
I'm a body shot person as well, to be fair.
Heart shooting.
Unless, like you say, the circumstance changes it.
Yeah, it just... there are certain instances where you might only get a headshot on it. I don't know, but if choice would be Hershey.
Yeah, fair enough. So,
sorry, do you want to carry on with your questions before everyone steals your questions?
I do.
Okay, then we'll go back through the questions.
Game fair or stalking show?
Stalking show.
Oh.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the stalking show, but I really do like the variety of the game fair on the basis that I do a lot of doggy stuff, and I do feel there's a lot more option on the dog element. Although, talking out of turn, but I do get a little bit. It would be nice if they moved at Radley Hall the competition, the dog competition, as in like the like main competition, into another area.
Yeah.
Just so there was a bit more variety. I did quite like going to Blenheim last year. It was last year, because I just feel like it can get a bit samey.
Yeah. Whereas I think for me, because stalking's my main thing, the stalking show is more for what I do, I would say. I love them both. They're both a great show.
To be fair, they're both well worth visiting.
We didn't go to the game fair this year, did we?
No, I was in Portugal. It's Leon Sunlander.
Not really sure what my
Eating.
excuse was. I was
didn't
due
want
to
to go
go.
without me.
No, I had to pack to go on holiday, so yeah.
I was like, I had to wash my
I had
hair.
to wash my hair that day.
Wow. So we've already basically had this one. Sunrise or sunset, Sarah?
Sunset.
Mountains or rolling hills?
Mountains.
Mountains.
Yeah, I do quite like mountains.
I don't know. I love skiing, but I think if I had to full-time go somewhere, I'd go rolling hills. Campfire or fireplace?
Ooh. Campfire.
You thought about it.
Sorry.
Happy man.
God. Sorry.
Campfire,
I think.
Yeah, as long as no one gets out a guitar that can't sing.
Well, like me and you.
Because that would be real. That gets to that point where everyone sort of sits around and goes, oh, God.
Campfire with some marshmallows, toasty marshmallows.
I don't know.
No? She's weird.
Farmhouse or cabin in the woods?
Cabin in the woods.
Oh, nice. River or lake?
River.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Tweed or camo?
Camo.
Tweed. I love tweed.
Camo. Every day of the week.
Hunting with a dog or on your own?
On my own. On my own. Are we talking about deer stalking, hunting?
Any form. Like, if you could go out with your dog and go some form of hunting, it doesn't matter where. Let's say you might not be in sort of like walked up, but you could go and do something like that, or you could go out on your own. Would you? You would.
Well, obviously, if it's a pheasant day, I'm going to have to take a dog because I'm not picking by hand. But if we were talking like other forms,
but if somebody said, right, Sarah, I'm going to pay for you to go out shooting / hunting, for example, and I'm going to go and pay for you to go, and you can go anywhere you like, you do anything you like, you can take a dog, you cannot take a dog, what would you do?
Not take a dog.
Oh my God, I would take a dog. I'd take 10 dogs. We're like all about the dogs.
I'd take one of your dogs. Just not one of mine, because it's just too stressful. Mine are really well trained.
Okay.
Taking
One of
mine.
those is one of my puppies, by the way. So can I just say, you know what they say?
We're not counting that one there.
If it's really badly behaved, it's the breeder, and if it's really well trained, it's the person that buys it.
My dog to me is like taking my children on holiday. I'd rather not do it if I didn't have to.
Fair enough. I can see that one. Fresh tracks or game camera footage?
Sorry, what?
Fresh tracks or footage from a game camera?
I don't get what you mean by fresh tracks.
Following fresh tracks.
Right.
As in like the feet in the floor.
Or footage
from a game camera.
Oh,
like a bush cam.
Sorry, yeah. Fresh tracks.
You're trying to move further and further away from me.
Sorry, she's got a cold. I really don't want to be that close to her. Yeah, fresh tracks, I think. Trail cam.
They're useful, but yes.
Trail cams are useful to see what you've got about, 100%.
But you prefer fresh tracks.
Yeah.
Oh, we had long shot close range. We've already dealt with that. The last one, and this is a really, really important one, okay? You've got an instant response. Don't start overthinking it.
Okay.
Chocolate Haribo.
Haribo.
Boom. I knew it.
I felt like that was going to be a really tough question.
Okay, what have we got? We've got a couple of questions. So picking up or flushing with a dog?
Picking up.
Picking up all day long. Don't get me wrong, I'm a firm believer that any breed of dog will do whatever you want them to do and you can train them to do anything. But for me, I specifically have Labradors because I like picking up, and yes, they will flush birds, absolutely they will, and yes, you can use them in a beating line, but I put most of my focus on the picking up side of things. So
Yeah.
and you would probably be similar, I would have said.
Somebody said if you could shoot anywhere in the UK, where would it be and why?
Wait, what kind of shooting?
Any. If you could shoot anywhere in the UK.
I think if it was, to be honest, I would just say Scotland.
I was going to say
because
Scotland.
when I really love it down here, and we are very lucky. Like, don't get me wrong, we are blessed with what we have on our doorstep. But you know, sometimes when you just get used to what you have, and I suppose take it for granted a little bit.
Yeah.
There are people that would travel all the way here, which I totally get because it's stunning. But when we've gone to Scotland, the variety is amazing, and I quite like that. You know, we can shoot geese on a loch, and then we can be shooting like grouse on a moor, and then we've got a duck flight, and I just feel the variety is a bit more in general, and I quite like the change of scenery.
I want to do like a proper Highland stalk, you know, like they go up with the ponies.
Oh yes, nice.
Proper old school.
I'd love to do a McNab.
Yes.
I'd love to do a McNab.
Yeah.
I just think that would be so cool. If you don't know what a McNab is, it's basically 24 hours to shoot a red deer, catch, as in fish, a salmon, and just shoot a grouse. I don't know if it's a bracelet grouse actually, or a grouse. The original McNab was you had to do it on your neighbouring estate's ground without being caught by the gamekeeper, and then turn up and show them all the things that you've done. Yeah, basically, it was like a poacher's game. Obviously now it's not like that, and we don't have a Scottish estate, sadly, boo-hoo.
Damn you.
Probably have to pay for one. But
you'd fail on that one though, because the fishing part.
No, I can fish, I just can't touch it once I've fished.
Well, there you go. So how are you going to present your fish?
In a net.
In a net or a bucket.
Yeah.
Somebody said winter Sunday roast or summer barbecue.
Oh, summer barbecue.
Oh no, Sunday roast.
Oh, do you know what? A roast for me, it's one of those things. My husband loves a roast, and he's like, I'm going to cook a roast dinner, and I'm like, oh. And then as soon as I get the roast dinner, I'm like, oh, it's actually all right. But I actually really look forward to barbecue.
My favourite meal to go out for is a Sunday roast. Literally
the thing I wouldn't pick off a menu ever.
Oh.
You go to a carvery, and I'm always like, there's nothing else on the menu.
I could do carvery every day of the week.
No, not for me.
That's just because they don't have Haribo.
Except for pork crackling. Yeah, do you love a bit of pork crackling? Oh, hello from Brazil. That's very kind. I don't know if there's anything else that anybody's got to say, but before we wrap up, because looking at the time, we've got quite a lot to prepare, including sorting out your rifle, including sorting out the state that is a pile of clothes and all sorts of random things that we might be doing crazy things.
Basically, when Celine comes to my house, it's like the kids have been home. There's just stuff everywhere.
I'm also hungry already. I'd like to have a little snackette before we
leave.
Yeah,
we're going to get sorted. We've got a few bits to film beforehand, haven't we? And then we're going to go see if we can bag some bunny.
And if anyone's got any things that they think to themselves after this, or they watch our stuff and they think, oh my God, it'd be really cool if they did that. Or, you know, I know we've got a guy very keen for us to go and go clay pigeon shooting. Yeah. Would love to. It's just trying to find the time at the moment. Yeah. And if you've got a song or something like that, just let us know. We do our best. We do read all your comments. Life gets in the way, and we actually have to work and do adult stuff. We can't just go shooting every day of the week. Which is really stuff. Where's the best place you would go for a Sunday roast? Well, that's definitely down to you. Mine's home. Well, local. Sort of local. I like the Hare and Hounds. Oh yeah, to be fair, you can't go wrong there. Sidmouth? Well, you know, Wade Cross, far away. Depends where this person's from, if you know, around the area. Yeah, Ottery, near that sort of way. Yeah, that's a really good one. Even I would say that's good for us. I have been there. And I've got one more question here, and it says, what type of shooting rifle or shotgun? So my shotgun is, oh my God, I've got to remember. No, what type of shooting rifle or shotgun? Oh, I see. I've got cold. Sorry, just put that in simple terms. Rifle. Yeah. Only because I've got more chance of hitting something. I'm not very good. Someone just put burnt roast parsnips are my fave. Ooh. Oh, I don't like parsnips. Honey roasted parsnips. No, not for the parsnips. I'm all about the potatoes. I could just be one massive potato. If I got to choose a roast dinner, I would basically just have pork crackling, potatoes and broccoli. Are you allowed to eat potatoes? Yes. Oh, okay. How come potatoes have gluten?
I don't know, they just look a little bit gluteny.
Oh dear, don't worry, Sarah will be teaching cooking for...
That's why I don't tend to buy her any food, because it's just too stressful.
I did get a text earlier when she went to
I just send her pictures from the shop going, can you eat this, can you eat this, can you eat this? No. What is your favourite deer to stalk? Mine is roe. I'd say a tough one, because I haven't stalked everything. I still need to get a red. Still need to get a fallow. And I still want to get a seeker as well. I've shot a seeker hind, but I'd like to go and get a nice big seeker. So I don't know, I guess I would initially say roe, because that's all we have around here.
That is what we have around here, that is true.
So that's what I'm used to stalking. So I don't dislike stalking anything, but...
No, I think for me, we're row country. In Surrey, we were row country. I think fallow were moving in there, but we were row country when we were there. So very much row, but I was offered Kai Game of Flames, took me down to Sussex, and I was absolutely amazing. Got to shoot a couple of fallow. And I have to say, it was quite a wildly different experience, because obviously all deer are on their toes. Yeah. You know, they are a flight predator, not a fight predator. No, we're the predator. They're a flight animal, not a fight animal. I do find having like 50 sets of eyes all watching out for you is quite an experience, because you're not just talking about one or two. You're talking about an entire...
Maybe 4 roe deer in one field, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, if you see 5 or 6, it's like, oh my God, something to talk about. Whereas you can come across what look like, grazing sheep, or just with them, some laying around, some standing. It's just amazing to see how that herd instinct works, And I did quite enjoy that. I found that challenging in a different way.
Yeah, seeker stalking for me was an eye-opener, because I'm used to, people joke, but we literally will walk along just talking like this sometimes, don't we? We're like, oh, there's a roe deer there. Whereas seeker, you drop a leaf on the floor and they're like, I've spotted you. Like,
really?
Oh my! I was sat in a high seat.
I've never really seen Steaker.
Steaker? I swear she hasn't been drinking.
I haven't been drinking.
I was sat in a high seat, completely covered in camo, and my rifle was propped up like that, and I literally moved the barrel a tiny bit like that, and all the seeker on the ground just looked up. I was like,
whoa. Oh. Whereas normally, if you're in a high seat, row are completely oblivious to the fact you're there.
They're at the bottom of the ladder, and you're like, hello.
It's so true though. You can sit on a knoll of a hill. If you've got something behind you, they're just wandering around below you.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just, it's a different game.
Has the special buck been mounted yet? If you're talking about my silver, then I have got basically rather than mounting on the wall, I have a really cool little base plate that comes up, and it's got a metal prong, for want of a better term, with 2 spikes, and it sits on top of it, and then on the base plate I've put the medal, and it looks really cool. So it's on the side. Next to my husband's got a left and right at grouse, and they have been taxidermied, like they're flying, and they're on like perspex sticks. Looks so cool. And so he sits next to them in like basically a special place.
Both of our houses are like dead zoos.
I have got a comment here, but it's in a foreign language, and
Can you translate?
I do not know how to do that. It looks Polish. Michael, if you can put that in the next 20 seconds in English, I'll answer your question, providing it's clear.
We can't translate.
It's not giving me a translation option, and
we're not that good at
no, not really.
Different languages. I was just going to see if there's any more. Someone said I've got a video from last year of about 300 fallow going across our field. I might have seen that if it's online. I saw one.
Was Fenton following Fenton?
There was a reel, and it was just like deer after deer after deer. It felt like it went on for like 2 minutes. This video, it was absolutely insane. Yeah.
We were driving. I think we were driving across to Surrey, but we'd gone a slightly different route from traffic and things. And it was like that. My husband couldn't see because he was driving, and I was like, oh my God! I actually thought it looked like when the Americans round up horses and corral them. There was just a snake of animals, and I thought, that's really weird. What is that? And then I realised it was fallow.
Yeah.
And there was hundreds of them. Just this, probably about 8 thick, just working their way up.
And like I say, for us, that's like, oh my God, because we don't see that here.
Yeah.
Because we're used to the roe deer. It's just like,
if you see 6 and 7, like we said, then that's quite astounding in itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've answered that, I think. Ringing me. That's really helpful.
So yeah, we're
obviously not watching us on live.
How dare they?
Them.
So yes, we are gonna film a few other bits first, and then we're gonna go out rabbit shooting.
But any questions after you've seen this, stick them in the comments, and we'll do our best to get back to you guys soon. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.